The Objective News Network? The Durham Report. Call it for what it really is, a palace coup. Hello, this is Hnatio reporting for the Objective News Network. Just in case you didn't notice already, you're being watched. Well, it's official. According to an unsealed April 2022 court ruling by Judge Rudolph Contreras of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, the FBI has abused Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA, more than 278,000 times between 2020 and early 2021. In their first opinion on the matter, the FISA court held that the FBI's procedures for accessing Americans' communications that are incidentally collected under Section 702 of FISA violated both the statute itself and the Fourth Amendment to our Constitution. Elizabeth Goitein is a senior director of the Brennan Centers for Justice's Liberty and National Security Program. She is a nationally recognized expert on presidential emergency powers, government surveillance, and government secrecy. Goitein assesses the situation this way, and I quote, "This is now the fourth major FISA court opinion on Section 702 in 10 years, documenting substantial non-compliance with the rules meant to protect Americans' privacy. The opinion, moreover, reveals that the FBI is conducting literally millions of backdoor searches, including so-called batch queries that rest on the same discredited legal theory used to justify the National Security Agency's bulk collection of Americans' phone records. Despite the enormous implications for Americans' privacy and the government's dismal record, the remedy suggested by Amici and imposed by the court was nothing but more record keeping, and the government sat on the opinion for a year, hoping for an appellate victory that would help mitigate the public relations damage from the disclosure. We have all just heard and read about the Durham Report. The most important thing about the report is that the FBI proved beyond any doubt that it is no longer worthy of the trust of the American people. FBI officials engaged in lies, deceit, and intentional violations of the U.S. Constitution to try and politically influence the election of an American president. Like the Stasi, Gestapo, NKVD, KGB, and other notorious organizations of the past and present. The question now becomes, has the FBI been turned from the pursuit of justice for all Americans to a new form of authoritarian socialist control that defies the constitutional principles we are supposed and obligated to act upon? The facts, I am afraid, now prove the ominous truth. The most recent revelation is that the FBI violated their own procedures to unlawfully spy on 278,000 Americans in violation of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act and the Fourth Amendment. This factor alone should be enough to disband the FBI. We know from the Durham Report that the FBI was politically weaponized and acted unlawfully to interfere with the provisions of the U.S. Constitution and how we as Americans elect our presidents. The evidence in the matter is clear, compelling, and in fact overwhelming. The evidence now before the American people is indisputable. The evidence shows that it was a politically weaponized FBI that violated the U.S. Constitution, as its leaders intentionally interfered in America's presidential election process by fabricating false evidence and carrying forward what they knew was a false narrative to intentionally disinform and sway voters' opinions. These same people, all FBI agents, took a solemn oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States as they intentionally and with arrogance violated it. When government officials intentionally violate the Constitution by interfering with the presidential electoral process, it's not a mistake. It's an act of treason under our Constitution and the laws of the United States. It is what nobody wants to call it. It's a palace coup. No American, whether you are a Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, or an independent, should stand idly by and allow those responsible of treason to avoid accountability. It is what it is for May 24th, 2023. This is John Hnatio reporting for the Objective News Network. Please help us to bring you objective news analysis on the important news of the day by subscribing to the ONN News channel and sharing your comments with us. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you the next time.